Hello, hello, hello. Uh, sorry, I'm giggling. I'm just crafting along. Da 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 da. Forgot I'm supposed to be recording. So I'm a little ahead of you guys. This is week 14 of the Altered Index 2025. Um, I have several different vintage book pages that I did the collage for onto my index card. And I was just starting to trim it out, and I'm like, what are you doing, Laura? You're supposed to be recording. Yeah. ADD is on hyperdrive today. That's for darn sure. So, with that being said, this week's prompt is vintage, hence the vintage book page that I started out with. I also have these very old doilies. I've got a whole stack of them. I got them at an estate sale. This is the bedspread, crochet bedspread. Not sure if I'm going to use that or not. Might want to, I don't know. And then I have this cut out from a Norman Rockwell book. It's a replica of a Saturday Evening Post cover, which I think, most of us in my age group anyway, probably are very familiar with the Saturday Evening Post. So it's that's where we're at. That's where I'm at anyway. And now I'm just trying to figure out where I want stuff to go. I definitely want a label for down here because I think this little gentleman down here needs something to stand on. He needs to be grounded. I don't like that. Let me see if I can. Get to my label folder without craft-a-lanching everything else. Haven't seen this in a while. This is an organizer that I made a while back using Backwards of Washington, one of the books that I disassembled, and I have the pictures all cut out and ready for future pictures. Different sorts of pockets, different sizes in here. Let's see. Move these over where I can see them. And they call it a never ending because you turn it over and then you've got more pages. I think the problem I'm going to have is stuff blending in. So some of these are labels I purchased, some are labels that I made myself. Like this is one that I made. I like the color combo there. It's taking it to a different space. The yellow. Yeah, I don't like those on there. So let's go back to the front. These are generic labels. They're free images that I got off the webs, off the great web, and printed them out myself. Same with these ones. But they are replicated images from days gone by. See, I wish I had some of these in brown because although I guess in a way it does tie into the black and white scheme of things. It's funny, I'm like, this one's too tall, so I get two other ones out and they're even taller than the first one. Sneeze. Sorry about that. It's probably my not so friendly reminder that I have not taken my allergy meds today. Let's get these scissors out of my way. I don't know. You never knew. I could cut that down. Yeah, I think I will. Put this little piece back into my folder. Sorry, I'm still kind of shaking my own head. I can't believe that I just like started crafting along without you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not how that's supposed to work. Okay, and then what do I want to do? I still want to try to put this up here. Let's see if I have enough black ink on this. Nope. I do not. Ugh. new dauber, so it's going to want to darken up these edges. So I'm going around the edges with black soot because it is a gray, you know, it's printed in grayscale. But what I also want to do is get my brown there's not enough ink on it either. Come on. I don't know why this is getting stuck. Oh, I bet my lid was open when I spilled my coffee the other day. It was bad. It was like a full cup, and I knocked it over, and it went everywhere. This doesn't feel sticky, but this does. So, it's a little quick cleanup. I was wondering, because I went to use that walnut stain the other day, and I had the same problem trying to get the lid open. Normally they just pop right off. I'm like, I don't understand. What is going on with this lid? Why is it stuck? Well, it just occurred to me why it's probably stuck. Yeah, that was a really big mess. Yeah, see how much she's data. No more sticky. But anyway, it made a really big mess. It was literally a brand new cup of coffee. I think I'd taken like maybe 2 sips out of it before I knocked it over. And I knocked it over with the charging cord for my phone. I was moving stuff around trying to make room, and yeah, move stuff over, and when I caught the cord for my phone, it happened to be under my cup, and there it went, coffee all over the place. So this isn't going to be on the whole piece. I just want it kind of up in the corner. Do we want some down here too, maybe? Yeah, let's put some down in this corner. Most of it is gonna, probably gonna be covered because I'm also putting the label down on this area. But, if a little bit of it shows through, great. Okay. Then, got this little label here. We're going to kind of put up from the bottom and in from the sides. I'm not making it level with the bottom down there. I have black thread, and it actually is vintage. I bought it in an auction. I have a whole shelf. That's not a shelf. An organizer, for lack of a better word, over there on my wall, where the threads are all contained. But I did buy it at an estate sale. And yes, it was listed as vintage thread. I like the black thread behind my people. Now, for the Saturday Evening Post to truly have been vintage, it would have been an original cover. But I don't have that. It's just a replication from the original. Now, here's where I want to be careful because I want to make sure that the chair that this young man over here is sitting on is on the label itself, because the label is kind of serving like as a floor. It's a grounding element. Okay. Let me put the punch out the two holes here just so I know where they're at. So to decide I want to add anything else on there. I almost want to just like put it down at the bottom. But if I do that, see what I mean? Because it offsets, but it's also very bulky. I think I'm going to pass. Okay. And then what I'm going to do here, the black, water, fan brush. Get that pushed around. A little more wider than that. Okay, but I also don't want it on my people. So I need to create a little masking thing. Put it over them like this. Mostly I don't want it on their face. And then I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. take my brush in and get it washed. Apparently not until after I play paint everywhere. As you can see, I got paint on the back. I just like the speckles. You guys see that thread? It like shrunk under the heat. That was weird. I get my vintage, my walnut stain back out. Go around, paint up my edges. I'm gonna vignette the corners. Well, it is Saturday. Oh, wow, it's late in the afternoon. It is 5:30. It doesn't feel this late. I am home alone. Not for much longer. My husband messaged me about a half hour ago to let me know they were stopping for dinner. He is went to a car show with one of his buddies down in Oregon today. So, yeah. He's on his way home. I won't be home alone for very much longer. But for now, I am alone. All right, so there is my week 14 Altered Index 2025. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.